Topic 6. Epistemology in Social Sciences. Epistemology. The word epistemology comes from Greek word epistem, that means knowledge, and logos, that means study. So epistemology is the study of knowledge. Rationalism is a current that states that reality can be known without any prior experience. The representative of this current was René Descartes. Materialism is the current that says nature is a matter that has existence before thought. Empiricism asserts that experience is necessary to know something. Realism exposes that ideas exist whether or not they are taught. Idealism assumes that objects cannot exist without a mind that is aware of them. Positivism asserts that all knowledge must be based on experiences. Logical positivism emerged in the late 1920s in what is known of the Vienna Circle. Its thought is born of empiricism. Phenomenology is a doctrine developed by Edmund Husserl. It proposes that consciousness envelops a relative relationship with the object. Analytic philosophy of language is Wittgenstein says that everything that can be taught can be expressed by language. Hermeneutics has the objects of investigation in historical as the knowledge. Methods of investigation. The methods of investigation are divided into quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative. The quantitative method is carried out to test a hypothesis looking through the data collection. Qualitative. The qualitative method doesn't use a numerical distribution to answer the research of the questions. Difference. Qualitative uses the inductive method is subjective, not focused on generalization. Quantitative uses deductive method is objective and is focused on generalization. Explanatory designs. This type of design seeks the examination of an issue or a normal problem that has not been studied profoundly by others. Correlational designs. The design seeks a relationship of two or more variables. Narrative design is the collection of information about the life of a people and describe and analyze it. Action research design. This design is trying to solve the everyday problems immediately and improve something to help make decisions for the problem. Other research methods are intended by brainstorms, whether to solve problems, to contribute new ideas, or generate questions. Some sources to generate ideas for an investigation. A. Individual experiences. B. Books, articles, and newspapers. C. Televisions. D. Theses and theories. E. Beliefs. Depending on the approach, qualitative or quantitative, there are certain processes to follow. Quantitative investigation. Approach to the problem. Literature review and development of the theoretical framework. Visualization of reach of the study. Definition, development of hypotheses and variables definition. Development of investigation design. Definition and selection of the sample. Data recollection, data analysis, and preparation progress report. The problem statement should express a relationship between two or more concepts and should be formulated as a question. The literature review implies that the researcher considers the studies that have been previously done, different information sources and revised, and a theoretical framework is built to guide the investigation. The view of the scope of the study is determined by the kind of study to be performed: exploratory, descriptive, correlational, or explicative. Depending on the scope of the investigation, a tentative hypothesis is formulated for the explanation of the relationship between two or more variables. Exploratory studies do not formulate hypotheses. The sample selection refers to the establishment of a group that is representative of population so they can discuss the data. The collection of data that can be carried out through questionnaires, surveys, observation, or standardized tests. To analyze the data, it is necessary to use statistical methods. The qualitative approach has a different process than the quantitative. In the qualitative, the statements are more flexible, open, and not very specific. According to Marx, the position is determined by the relationship. It holds an antagonist position, is part of social structure. According to Lenin, class differences are established by their place in the production system. It consists of groups of men who differentiate from each other. According to Bourdieu, are mainly generated by the cultural production and intellectual. According to Weber, determinist opportunities for people to access properties assumes the existence of monetary economy is a group of individuals who share the same market situation. Social groups secondary, friends, college, primary, family. Economic. 19th century liberalism, capitalism, beginning of socialism. 20th century globalization. 21st century globalization of the market economy. Social. 19th century individualization of human being. 20th century social class division. 21st century consumerism. 19th century monopoly state of economics. 20th century imperialist state. 21st century modernization of everyday life. Institutions. Institutions, public and private, created by the state, created by individuals. Political institutions are established between the government and citizens of a political system. It is intended that these institutions are democratic. Economic institutions are organized on the products that reach people for consumption, as well as all the decisions that have to do with agencies that collect taxes. These institutions are also related to the economic development society. Social institutions are related to the search for better working and living coordination for the population. It works according to what society needs. These institutions have to do with the administration of justice, environmental protection, recreation, attend emergencies, community services, and charitable. Health institutions are the institutions that relate with health, life, and prevention of disease. Example, IMSS. Educational institutions are those that are possible for providing an education to the people. Example, Korea University, Universidad Tech Millennium.